Montana beats North Dakota State to advance to the FCS National Championship. We've got Keelan White, Junior Bergen, his 5th punt return touchdown of his career today, and Braxton Hill. And Coach, we'll start with you. Just a phenomenal victory for the Grizz.
Yeah. Thanks, Tibbs, first of all, for all the hard work. So, obviously, we're thrilled with getting that win. We're thrilled to be playing for the national championship in a couple of weeks. To start with, I want to say congrats to North Dakota State on a great year. I thought they were playing better than anybody in the playoffs. Just what a terrific job. Matt Entz is a fabulous football coach. Has had an unbelievable run in Fargo, and just the competition has always been great, whether it's recruiting or on the field. Greatly admire him and the job that he's done. USC is very fortunate to be getting that guy. He'll do big things. And then in terms of the game, double overtime probably is how that should finish up a game like that. Both teams fighting their tails off. Obviously, we're ecstatic to get the victory. Probably one of you can't quantify this statement, but it's one of the biggest games, greatest games in the history of our stadium, and it was a pleasure to be a part of it. I mean, just a real privilege to be part of that game. It was two terrific football teams going at it for 4 quarters plus 2 overtimes, and you know, that's about all I got for you.
Questions?
Proud of my team.
Brax, if you take us through your perspective, when you guys got the stop in overtime when Corbin got the pick?
When Corbin got the pick?
Yeah, I guess with, like the
last
2-point conversion of the last play.
Oh.
I think they counted as a pick. You might have been celebrating already.
Yeah, I mean, I was just relieved, and then people started coming left and right, and I mean, I can't even put into words that feeling. I mean, I was just so excited, and it was such a game of up and downs, and you know, you just got to stay level-headed, and I think we did that as a team, and we finally got a break in overtime, and I mean, it was awesome. I can't even describe it.
And then when the goalposts are coming down, I mean, to win like that, I mean, how's that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing.
Did the fans get him?
They got him.
They got him?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
I couldn't even see him.
Good. I hope they got him. Hope they're downtown.
I mean, I'm all jumbled up in people, whatever. I couldn't tell if they had them, but I mean, I'm glad they have them. So I hope they're at the Mall Club right now.
We got a video of him carrying him across the bridge.
So for Junior, could you describe the 2-point play? And was it tipped, or what did you kind of see as that developed?
It's a play that we practice every single week. We've called it one time before today. And you know, I told Keelan before the play, I was like, hey, just be alive back there, like we were ready to go back there. And I saw the guy come off the edge, and he grabbed my face mask, and I had looked up and saw Keelan, and I was like, well, it's a free play anyway, so I might as well give it a shot. And I just threw it as hard as I could, and I suppose they got tipped. I couldn't see it. I don't know what happened. I heard the crowd going crazy. Thank you, Jesus.
And this is for Keelan and Junior. Just describe the emotion after NDSU's 2-point conversion didn't happen, and people swarming the field, and just the aftermath of that.
I mean, just pure relief. Like Coach Hauck said last week, nobody likes playing in overtime. So when you can come up with a win, it's just awesome. So just pure relief and excitement, and just feeling blessed, really.
Keelan, to follow up on that 2-point beat, you thought it was tipped? Can you review the play?
Yeah, it was. I saw we made eye contact, and he just chucked it at me. Yeah, it went over one guy, got tipped, and yeah, just landed in my hands. It was all pure reaction. So.
Junior, last week you talked about somebody was ahead of you on your punt return down the sidelines. Was it the same guy again this time?
No, today was Rack. He had a huge block. Spurred me free, so I appreciate him for that.
Bobby, this is the third Bison game at this stadium, and pretty amazing drama to it. What is it about these programs when you guys get together here?
Well, I think first of all, it's two really good teams, you know, and you know, I've known all three of those head coaches are friends of mine, and they all have done just a magnificent job. You know, in 2003 when Craig was getting it going, we collaborated a lot on what it needed to look like as they were moving up to FCS, and I probably helped them too much because they became the best team. We like to think at the time we were kind of one of those, and I don't know, it's just two really proud programs that have great long tradition. And when you go to the Fargo Dome and you see how many championships years they have pasted on the wall there, it's phenomenal. I mean, I think people understand, but you know, North Dakota State has been a good football program for 100 years, and you know, we kind of like think we invented it here too a little bit. At least our fans do. So that lends itself to two teams that really battle. It's how it's expected to be played there. It's how it's expected to be played here, and like I said earlier, it's a privilege to be in these games.
Junior, other than Sawyer's block, what else did you see? I mean, can you just take us how you got to the sideline and how important it was to get up to the left sideline?
Well, the ball was kind of towards our right side, and we had to return left on it. They were kind of fanned out to the field, so I kind of just stopped and cut it up a little bit, and I was going to cut it all the way back, but I was like, I just trust it, and thankfully I did, and you know, all those guys got their blocks, and we were able to get out.
Hey, Coach, what can you say about Junior coming up so clutch in the return game the last couple of weeks?
Well, Junior's terrific. He's a great football player. He can throw it, he can catch it, he can run it. And you know, listening to him talk about the 2-point play, it sounds like a quarterback talking about it, not a wide receiver that happens to get a chance to throw the ball. So back to your question, he has a real knack for it. In the punt return game in particular, he's very good at it. And again, like he just said, there's guys that had some monster blocks on that play. It doesn't happen without that. Obviously, it's why we won the last 2 weeks.
Braxton, just from your perspective, just watching him take another punt back and just back-to-back games like this, just walk me through what you were seeing in that play as he gave you guys the lead there.
Oh yeah, I was fired up. You know, watching it on the TV, and then you kind of see the wall get built, or I don't know, whatever, and then you go to the sideline, and then you see Junior going on the punter, and I mean, we're hyped. The place is going crazy, and I don't remember what the score was, but we took the lead by I think a touchdown, and it was awesome.
As a senior captain on this team,
Junior's made improvements. Last year, one of those big guys got him down.
Just as a senior captain on this team, Braxton, just describe this feeling. I mean, there haven't been overtime games here for so long, and now it's back-to-back, and you guys are in the national championship. Just how special is this, and just seeing, you know, the work you guys have put in start to pay off?
Yeah, you know, it means the world to me, and it means the world to everyone on our team and all the coaches. And you know, we put a lot of work in since August, and you know, it's a brotherhood inside of that locker room, and I just couldn't be more blessed to be on this team, and grateful for our coaches and the guys I get to play with every day.
Bobby, for you, just obviously the last time the Grizzlies went was 2009 when you were the head coach then again. So just what does this mean to you to get these guys back there, especially when you look back at the lost NAU and you guys have just rolled since then? Just what has this run meant to you?
Well, I mentioned it to Riley on a radio show that this team reminded me of the 2008 team, which I thought was undervalued going into the season, and then lost our first conference game down at Weber State, and then went on a roll and went and played for the national championship. And you know, there's some things that are really identical to that. I think it's interesting that a lot of former players from those teams and our past couple teams were here today, a lot of them, and I think everybody's fired up for this team because they've got a lot of grit, got a lot of mental and physical toughness, highly competitive, just like all of our Grizzly teams, and this one has found a way to pull out games like that one today.
Coach, maybe talk a little bit about the X's and O's back and forth game. They obviously like to run a lot of different personnel packages, and you were kind of going with some 4 linebacker stuff there at times, and just the kind of the cat and mouse game of it that way.
Yeah, you know, we gave up 100 yards rushing in the second half, which was kind of more than we'd hoped. But they're good at it. It wasn't a game for the faint of heart. It was tough-minded out there. You know, they do a lot of personnelling. I thought that they did a nice job mixing it. I thought on defense they did a really nice job of matching what we were doing out of our different personnel groups. You know, it's just, you know, it was a well coached game by our assistant coaches and their coaching staff, and it was a well played game by both teams.
Braxton, I know you grew up going to games, and there's ones that you're going to always remember as a kid forever, and this is going to be one of those games that people are going to be talking about forever. What's it like being right in the smack dab middle of a game like that?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, one of our assistant coaches, Coach Fenn, he talked about it middle of the week. You know, this is just a game that you have a chance to leave your legacy in, and as a team, just play for one another. And it was awesome to be out there, and that was a legendary night in our stadium. Grizz Nation is the best. That was so much fun, and I'm super excited about everything. I mean, I can't even put it into words.
Junior and Keelan, kind of along the same lines as that, and then just knowing that you make big plays in a game like this, it's always going to be remembered. Like, what's that like, being able to come through for your team like that?
Yeah, Coach Braxton has talked about it. Coach Fenn talked about it as well. You know, just leaving your mark on games like these. He talked about all like our semifinal games and guys who left big marks on that game, and you know, we just wanted to take it upon ourselves to potentially make plays in that game as well. Fortunately, that's what we did.
It's just a blessing, man. Me coming in, I came as a walk-on in 2019, and I never thought I'd be in a spot like this now, and just to